For unilateral stance practice, what we're going to start to work on is how to get an engagement of the back side of our body from a standing position. So a lot of times when we're stuck in this posture where our hips are kind of thrown forward, we are using more dominant application of the fronts of our muscles and not as much on the back side of the muscles. So this is a very simple exercise you can do anywhere to start to engage the muscles on the back side of the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to split our stance. So that way we've got one foot in front and the other foot about even with the heel. So the front back toe is going to be even with the front heel of the foot. Now you want, from a standing position, you want your feet about hip width apart. Don't go too narrow on this. We're not working on that kind of balance yet. So once you have that foot position established, I want you to shift about 80% of your weight onto your front foot, which basically means you're going to come onto the ball of the back foot. It's not a balance exercise, but we want to load the front foot. Now, from this position, don't forget about your core muscles and don't forget about elevating the rib cage. That standing plank practice is going to apply just in a slightly different setting. So my belly button is still drawn in, my rib cage is elevated, and then now, without moving my front foot, I am going to act as if I am trying to do the moonwalk and slide my foot backwards. So 80% of the weight on my front foot, about 20% on the weight on my back foot. Belly button is drawn in, rib cage is elevated, and all I'm going to do from this position is actively draw my leg, my front leg backwards, and I'm going to counteract with drawing my back leg forward. So from this position, this is what we call an isometric exercise. I've got tension in this front leg. I should feel a lot going on in the back of my leg and my rear end from this position. And I am holding that position as I actively try to pull my foot backwards for 15 seconds. We'll relax. We'll do the same thing on the other side so you can see here. So 80% of the weight on my front foot. I'm on the ball of my back foot. My belly button is drawn in. My rib cage is elevated. And then I'm going to actively try to pull my front foot backwards and slightly drive my back foot forward. So I'm holding this position with tension as I maintain that contraction.